So, what is a learning city? It is a matter of prosperity, stability, employability, and the personal development of all citizens. According to the UNESCO standard, a learning city mobilizes its resources in every sector to promote inclusive learning from basic to higher education and revitalize learning in the families and communities. And by doing so, it reinforces individual empowerment, economic and cultural prosperity, and sustainable development. Um, can someone press this slide? So our team, actually, the animators, had to put together some slides about the international examples we heard about this week. And the first we heard about was Wolverhampton. So Wolverhampton used to have an embedded learning culture, and by becoming one of the UNESCO Global Network of learning cities, 91% of their students above 16 years get apprenticeships or continue their higher educations. So it has a huge impact on the lives of their citizens. And what are the benefits of organizing an event such? So a festival is a great way of to showcase and celebrate the opportunities of a learning city and connecting the citizens to each other and the community itself. It can show fun ways of raising awareness and celebrating the learning opportunities and show the progress of the city's development and also promote lifelong learning and experience sharing and motivate the citizens to be creative and conscious about their environment. So two other examples we had is Cork. Cork in 2004 used to have 60 programs a year to showcase the lifelong learning to their citizens. And by last year, they had up to 600 programs thanks to the huge interest and demand for it. And we don't even have to look beyond our borders to have such interesting examples. So we heard a lot about Page. And Page was the cultural capital of Europe in 2010. And by 2017, it became a learning city. And their aim was to embrace a culture of lifelong learning. And they organized their fifth festival already. Their topics ranging from community, culture, environment, sustainability, offer a colorful palette of programs and experiences to their citizens. And now, furthermore, I would like to invite the design team on stage who will talk about our design aspect.
So the first important question is, why did we choose this logo? Uh, the answer is we wanted to create something um, creative, something simple, understandable, and easy to draw. So yeah, the logo symbolizes the the evolution of studying from the past to the future, from the quill to the pen, and it symbolizes also uh, the process of lifelong learning because of its endless form. And as you can see, there are three main colors: the blue, the yellow, and the orange, and mostly because of their meanings. Yeah, and we have some merch IDs also that we made. Yeah, and I would like to give the floor to the organization team.
All right. So we were part of the organization team. And now I would like to share with you what we came up for the organization process of the festival. Um, yeah, first off, the entrance. It should be free, uh, like free accessible for everyone. The location should be at the city park We were discussing about the Margaret Island, but for logistic reasons, we decided for the city park. And the date of the festival should be at end of August. The reasoning behind that was that everybody is coming back from vacation and the school is also beginning, so it would be like a good time for getting back into learning and getting the flow of it. The event should be like 5 days long, and each day we should cover 2 topics. This is a very important trust structure for us, because like from these 2 topics a day structure, the visitors can benefit very dramatically. First, like there is not much confusion because there are only 2 topics a day, so you don't have to take in that much information first. Afterwards, there is also like a clear path, so you don't need to look around what you like. You can follow the program, and also it keeps up the motivation for the visitors. Yes.
Festival planning. First of all, we are talking about the layout, and we are what we found it like we can make kind of map, like online map with a recommended route that can the visitor going to. Okay, it's work. That way we can do it like we can make the visitors going throughout our following our route that he can catch all the idea together and not going to be confusing. And for that reason, we decide to have kind of online network for free to all the people, because it's so important, as we mentioned, that it's online map. If there is no internet connection, then it's useless.
Yeah, so like for the logistic part, there should we should definitely provide food at the festival. So we were thinking about hiring a catering team, which should serve food separate, like at the festival. But also the program planning team had a really good idea about the food competition, which will be told about afterwards. But also the catering team should provide them with the necessary tools for the competition as well. We all know that electricity is, of course, one of the most important things in a festival. So we would have a separate electricians team who is like managing the whole condition of the festival. And we were thinking, because it's like learning city and it should also include new technologies, we would use renewable energy for the whole electrician process.
What we need, actually, after a like long period to thinking about what exactly we need, first of all, like maybe we need to keep the people, or we need accommodation for the people who already take a part in our camp. For that, we need a tent, and also we need a stages. About the stages, like it's a little bit hard to know which company that we should contact to. Then we can provide them, or we can offering them kind of, because the stages nowadays need kind of to be a little bit sweetenable, because it's a learning city that maybe can, like with a floor that can make an electricity, like we saw it in the Expo Budapest. After that, the chairs and tables. Chairs and tables we might be classical one, or maybe will be like also we can say it's clever, intelligent, and somehow, how is it? Maybe it's gonna to be with solar cells, or I don't know exactly, but we will find out or figure out the companies that they can, for example, give us this intelligence, and we can give them a stand-up or stance to explore, not explore, sorry, okay, to show the people their products, and it's gonna to be like for free for us, but they can take from us these big benefits. In that way, they don't have to pay for the ads. And
To give the stage to the content creating team.
So we're the program planning team, and this is what we came up with. So we will be dividing our festival in different workshops, and the first workshop would be an art workshop, and we will have several points. So we can have a teacher art in different medium. So we will be presenting like professional or maybe amateurs, and they can teach some people how to draw or how to paint, and so people can have an idea about what is it like to be a painter or what it is like to be a musician. So it can be inspiring for those people. The next one is an art exchange. So this is like an exchange of art without money. So money will not be involved. So people can be exchanging their art made in the exhibition or in the festival, or something that they made at home as well. The music booth will be about a freestyle dancing. So there will be a DJ or a musician somewhere, and people can join. So it's a freestyle way. The instrument classes will be about teaching people some ethnic or some cultural instruments, something like very, very unique and special. And the last one will be an international art show. So that would be an exhibition about different cultures. For example, Moroccan tapestry, or I don't know, something very, very unique of Hungarian clothes. So those are the main things that could be exhibited as well. So it could be different cultures, and it could be inspiring for other people.
So our other workshop would be education workshop. It would have seminars about success. This would mainly mean like successful jobs. So professionals would come to the festival and explore these successful jobs that are very popular these days, and also they could like offer counseling for younger people, so that they know that they have a more positive outlook on their future lives. Other than that, there could be a job fair where there could be booths with different potentially successful jobs in the future. And this would also provide a great deal of help for younger people to know what to do with their lives in the future. Other than that, there could be a debate panel where people from around the world, like professional people, would be able to discuss different kinds of educational systems. There could be also like open discussions, so that anyone can participate and show their opinions, for example, and so that people will know what to do with these systems in the future if they want to change them.
Okay, the next workshop that we are going to have is a World Heritage Workshop. And it's basically about, its aim is to make people get to know other cultures, other traditions, and make them be more like close to the globalization. And we have firstly, um, as we know that art is a great part of the culture. That's why we want to make some native dances, singing shows, theater shows, and other things that represent the tradition and art of the culture, different cultures. That's why we want to make this one. And after that, we want to have some culturally diverse lectures where people from different countries will talk about traditions, culture, and history of the country. And uh, they will talk about interesting facts about cultures. And by this, people will know some stuff. And the last one is find your ancestor. This one is about like we are going to collect information from other people, and by this we're going to look at their family tree and have some famous people or people who contributed to the society, and people are going to know about who their ancestors were if they didn't know before, because younger generation doesn't like know a lot about their history. That's why it will be really important to them to know about their history. And uh, it will be good if they are going to start it with their own families. And the next thing is a DNA test. And this one is really interesting because uh, one, one of my friends, he did this DNA test and he got 70% Hungarian and 3% Kazakh. And he was really surprised about it. That's why I think that it would be really interesting to make a DNA test and know what kind of nationalities do you have. If you know that you're real Hungarian, but it could be turned out to be really different. That's why we think that this is really crucial.
So the next workshop would be a sustainability workshop. And we were thinking about different activities. And the first one will be a sewing classes. So, for example, if you have a rip on your clothes, you will not be just throwing them off. So some people don't know how to sew like a hole on their clothes. So that could be very useful for some people, including me somehow. And recycling old materials, for example, if you don't wear a jean anymore and you can transform it to a bag. So that could be very useful as well. Also, we will have like minimizing plastic usage. So that would be an open debate. So people can exchange tips and tricks as well. And the final one will be familiarizing yourself or other people with sustainable energies. So that would be solar panels and wind and water power as well. Because some people are still afraid of using those kind of technologies. And I think people should be more open to it. So that would be raising awareness and increasing the acceptance of these people to use those kind of energy.
Okay, so our next workshop would be Inclusivity Workshop. It would deal with including people in our society to have more part in it, basically. We could open up retirement homes to the public, and we could make programs in there like reading together with old people. Also like arts and crafts workshops, and even discussions about generational differences between older and younger generations, of course. We could also open up orphanages to the public and create arts and crafts workshops in there to make the orphans feel more included in our society. Other than that, we could give platforms to minority organizations. For example, ethnic minorities, disabled minorities, and international minorities as well. They could hold debates or even like open discussions, roundtable talks, and things like that. It would benefit everyone to learn about these people's lives and how they deal with things for our own future, basically. Other than that, we could open up libraries as well to the public, and there could be creative writing. Creative writing programs, also like literary discussions, as well as a day in the life of a librarian to let people know what it's like to be in a library, to work in a library, and how good is it to read for everyone, basically.
The next workshop that we are going to have is an international fair, and actually it is related to the World Heritage Workshop. Firstly, we want to have ethnic food booths, which is a competition. Let me explain. People from different cultures will cook their food, national food, and they are going to make it as the next as a fair, and judges will decide like which team is going to win. But this is like a friendly competition, and actually the aim of it is to make other people who are participating to try the cultural foods, because food is also is a part of tradition. And the next thing that we are going to have is culturally diverse lecture quiz. As I said before, we were having culturally diverse lectures from the other people from different cultures, and this one is going to test our knowledge that we gained from it, the knowledge of participants. And this is going to be a quiz, group quiz, like a trivia game. And after that, the winners will receive prizes, which are going to be souvenirs. We decided to do it as souvenirs because souvenirs are the representation of the culture. And like when people are having audio knowledge, it's we think that it's not enough, and they should make it like more kinesthetic. And if they are going to have this symbol, if they're going to take it to the home, then they'll it'll be the symbol of the festival, and they're going to have memories about it.
So the next workshop would be an ecology workshop, and we were thinking about interactive lectures. The interactive lectures will be presented by professors, university professors, and PhD students. So they could be biologists or someone who is specialized in some specific topics, and they will be talking about species which are endangered or word crisis, just to increase awareness of the people, so they can be more so they can pay more attention to the environment. The second point would be a tote bag printing activity / painting. So that would consist of offering tote bags that do not have any design, and people can design it themselves by painting or by choosing a specific design to be painted or printed. And the design that will be used is about the animals or the plants that are endangered. So every time that this tote bag will be used, it will remind them of this exhibition or this activity. The last one is the VR. So the virtual reality will be used to give an idea to the people. If we do not do anything today, the world will be a mess and it will be destructed. So they are the people who can be active and can do something to change the situation.
Our next topic would be learning neighborhoods. We would open up local shops in a neighborhood to provide the neighborhood's citizens citizens to learn about their surroundings, about their surrounding shops, businesses, and such. Other than that, it is mainly about community building. So we could have the neighboring people customize their local parks or playgrounds so that they learn how to work together as a community. lastly, we could have psychodrama sessions, which help everyone in the neighborhood to get to know each other in a deeper level, basically.
The last thing that we are going to talk about is a treasure hunt, and this is a game when people are going to collect points by being actively involved in the workshops. As we talked, we have 8 workshops, and people are going to, when they are going to gather them, they are going to be like, for example, if they go to art workshop and artists are teaching people to oil paint, and if we just don't walk and look at it, but evolve and become like an active participant, then this artist will give us points, and by collecting these points we can get discounts for food and transport. And the aim of this treasure hunt is to make participants not just passive learners who just walk and look at this and leave, but to make them like more involved and engaged to the program, because we want them to be inspired by the program and get a lot of motivation. Okay, that is all for our team, and we're leaving the stage to Rami, who's going to present the marketing part.
Hi, as the girls already said, I was working on marketing. Um, so we all know promotion is a very important part of organizing a festival, because without promoting it, not a lot of people would show up. We all talked about how it would be the best to commercialize this program, and we all agreed that it must be sustainable and but still effective, sustainable and good for the environment. Um, thank you. We got a very good idea at the Planet Budapest Expo about how we could still print pamphlets and still give that out to people without harming the environment. We could use recycled paper for it, or we could use plantable pamphlets which contain seeds. We also had a talk about having a pre-festival happening, like an info pulse somewhere out in the city that commercializes it. And it's good because it cleans things up before before the festival actually happening, and it draws attention to it. We also talked about having after-hour happenings at the festival. When everything is done, we could invite famous artists, famous musicians that could reach every age demographic. For one day, someone young, after that, someone older, for everyone to enjoy. Because music brings together generations, and a very good musician catches the attention of a lot of people. We also talked about how we could draw attention to the festival more, and we agreed that schools are the best place to start at, because if little kids hear about it and they like it, they will invite their whole family to attend, and that gives a more diverse group of people who enjoy our things. So we wanted to go to schools and talk about show what we would do on this festival. Schools, elementary schools, middle schools, and even universities. We also decided to involve bigger companies like supermarkets and stuff, um, which could sell tote bags that would be an environmentally friendly way of shopping. And the tote bag would be on the tote bag our logo would be printed on. But it doesn't stop there. We could also have a coupon a coupon propaganda, which with these coupons that last for the uh, uh, for like 2 weeks before the festival. Um, they could buy stuff at more environmentally friendly places like shops and stuff. Uh, Today's marketing, marketing in our days can't not involve social media. So we could advertise our festival there. Um, Facebook would be really great. Facebook is a really great platform to show the details, like programs, um, in more detail, and it is used by the older generation. Um, we could also use TikTok because it's a very trendy app right now, and it has a lot of good quality for commercials. We could upload small videos, sneak peeks of how we're building this festival, behind the scenes things, and we could also try to make a trending little video, a little creative way of recreating our logo because it's very simple and very eye-catching piece. We could also use YouTube to upload preparation videos and details about the performers. And after the whole festival, even an after movie. We also came up with some slogan ideas, which you can see here. First off is learn from your past, your present, and your future. It's by our great friend Satmari Gergő, who came up with this. I think this is the most catchy one because it includes the whole idea behind this festival. We want to include every generation, and we want to learn. We want to learn from each other and from ourselves also. There's also never stop learning because as long as somebody is learning, they are improving themselves. And we think it's a very, very important thing. Charge the world with your passion is catch a little uplifting slogan because we need to live out our passions and we need to show the world what our passions are and improve it that way in a more enjoyable way. We also have arrive, take a breath, and look around because we're always running somewhere and from one place to another. And we should get to know the place we live in and the people around us. And that's it for our presentation. Thank you for your attention. I would ask the rest of the team to come on stage and we would like to hear if any of you have any questions.
Okay, so if the audience does not have any questions, I would like to congratulate to you, first of all, to this great work and this great endeavor, how you put it all together. And I can see this is really a wonderful result of all the aspects that our international presenters have shared with you in the very first day from the beginning on, that you included the intergenerational aspect, and we talked a lot throughout the week about the intercultural aspects, and I see them, they were very much present in your presentation also, and yeah, inclusion and that all the idea behind lifelong learning, and really the mission of the true mission of a learning festival is very much present. And I really don't know what to ask, because I'm so happy to see your work and all the result of this science camp. So but maybe still, um, just to clarify on some of the details, because I hear that you were planning really quite a long event, yeah, 5 days, 5 days long, and I also heard that you were making thoughts about the location, that it should be the city park, and that you were planning the tents. And so if I get it right, you really want all the festival to happen in the domain or in the territory of the city park, right? And nowhere else in the city, just there, and then invite all the providers and stakeholders, everybody to be there. So it's not happening in other parts of the city, only there. Did I get it right? And what is the reason, if you could go into some more details maybe about.
First of all, we was like thinking about two parts of the city. First of all, it was like Margaret Island, but he mentioned already, my colleague, that it's a little bit hard because there we have only two ways to go there, like from the both sides of Danube, and for that we decided to be in city, Bark City, and in one place, because if we wanted to make it in, we as also we mentioned, it's going to be like the first of it's August, and you know the last of August the climate going to change like so fast and immediately, and if we are in one place, it's make it a little bit easier to have a permanent way to solve this problem of the weather, for example. And for the first time, as it's Budapest 2022, hopefully will be, it's gonna to be a little bit hard for the first time to separate it to several times, several places, and also we don't have that big experience for organize all such as like big festival, because it's not for Budapest, not for Hungary. It's like surrounding the world, and all the people are coming to see what we are doing, especially the first time that all the media coming to us. If we are going to spread like to the other many places, then the media or the people, they will lose, and the main idea will be like not so clear for the people. Thank you very much.
Another question on, and this is about the, because I saw you have a marketing plan, you have the content and everything, and how about the budget and the financing? Do you have any ideas concerning that?
Well, we were thinking about this festival in a more unrealistic way, so that we have unlimited budget, and what we can make out of that unlimited budget, what would be the most ideal festival here in Budapest. That was our initiative point. So that's why we didn't really think about budgets, money, and things like that.
And actually, we try to make it as free as possible. That we don't want to pay so much, or we don't make to make the budget like so big. As we mentioned in our presentations, that we will ask the companies who really related to this clean, natural, to come to us. Maybe they can provide us with a support, and we offer them kind of advertisement, like a space to show the people what they are doing.
In one of the coaching session, it was really interesting because it was someone who had a lot of experience, and we asked him about kind of this question, and he told us that there is always somewhere cheaper when you can reach a point that you want to reach. Sometimes you have to pay, sometimes pay a lot, and somehow to get in a smarter way. So he gave us an example that it really stick to me. It was like, for example, we can go to a water company. So in a big festival, people needs water. So we can go to this water company and to suggest to them to entertain our festival, and at the same time they can come and they can sell their bottle of water in the festival. So yeah.
For the organizers and also for the sponsors, yeah, because they also want to see the benefits besides from sponsoring such an event. Okay, anybody else who would like to ask questions or comments?
Thank you. I also would like to congratulate. I think it was a good way of demonstrating a kind of intellectual evolution, that you started from somewhere and then you try to put it together to a nice model for further consideration and potential realization. My question will be the followings. What was your major conflict point when you just built it up? What was the most difficult thing to agree upon? When you put together a plan like this, was there anything that you were disagreeing on, really, or everything was very easy to put it together as a demonstration how to make a learning festival?
I think at the beginning it was a little bit blurry for me, and I think for everyone, because we didn't have much of an idea. But I think sessions and throughout the coaching that we had and the amazing people that gave us the presentations, we had more of an idea day by day. And I think like the people, I'm talking about my case and my team, the people were amazing, and we kind of always found out a way to work it out and to please each and everyone. So this is my case and my team. So I don't know about the others if they want to talk about it as well.
Actually, that we have also here in our team, like I mean, all the team that we have an experienced person, people that they worked before that in groups in a team. Also, our animators, they help us so much. I want to thank for them so much also. Woo! They help us too much, that make everything easy for us. Like they give us a lot of amazing suggestions and solutions as well. Okay, it was a little bit hard, but I think the animators was like more and more great to give us the way and the route. They already draw it to us, and we just follow it without knowing that we are following that ways. Thank you very much.
And also, like, there was Kate talked about that inside of the team, it was really good. And I want to add that not only inside of the team, but outside, it was like there was no conflicts, and like we had a good teamwork because everything is interconnected there. Marketing depends on the organization, and organization depends on the content. So everything is interconnected, and we had a good teamwork outside of the teams. because like there were no conflicts, and we made it like really fast, and it was really good.
On behalf of the animators, I think our main goal was to put together different groups or basically councils that can work on each topic. And I'm happy to see that this worked very well because everybody could choose their own groups and choose the topic they would like to work on. And I think this provided a great dynamic for everyone to work together. And every other group accepted very well that the others are working on the marketing, the others are working on the programs itself, and everybody knew that the others are taking care of it and they only had to worry about their own problems and their own aspects. And I think this provided a great group dynamic and that we had a great product at the end.
There will be a comment and a perspective, and you might want to reflect. A comment is that I think the only thing I was missing in this model was the intergenerational aspect. It was very much based on intercultural, and I really respect it. I think it was very important, and then I think in today's world, it's very much important how to make people to become more sensitive on differences and how people live. And I think it's something very much important. If people come together to celebrate learning, we have to respect diversities from a number of reasons. But I think intergenerational aspect, how to collaborate with others, it's another angle that we might want to highlight. And my perspective I'd like to open, as maybe you want to reflect to this, is that most learning cities pay a significant attention to work with different interest groups as stakeholders. So this is the aspect that if you want to build up something to make it progressive and to work on a mutual basis, you need to highlight that how you build on the evolution, how to plan with the programs and to realize the different elements of the programs, to build on the feedback of and critical input of stakeholders. Otherwise, some aspect might overrule these things and may not have a good balance. I don't know whether you want to comment on this, but this was what came into my mind. Thank you very much indeed. And I really enjoyed, I'm very honored to be here. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but what you mentioned about it, I should kind of reply about it, because we didn't have enough time to explain everything. That, as I mentioned, that we have, for example, I'm talking about the organizer team because that's what you speak about, like it's touch organizers. We said an organization team that we will have we will have a marketing. And we said that time plane will start like before, after, like immediately after we got the agreement from the government, because we will use a government place. We can say like it's a city park. And after the middle of the marketing, we will we will open the doors for the people if they want to make a volunteer work with us. And for the professional people who we need to represent, such as like you, Professor, that if they can come to us and represent something and give us any ideas about the common topics that our colleague were talking about it. And I think that it's enough about what you are asking about it. And we also had that planned. And the teams will be like 5 different teams. The teams, it's a logistical team, media team, and we have animators team. And
so we had a whole timeline actually set up for this whole event, and also the where the organization part wasn't the fullest, which we showed, but yeah, that was what we were told. And I think yeah, so your reasoning is reasonable. Thank you very much.